Part 20. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 191. Fang Fan chuckled and waved his hand, looking relaxed and casual. Su Mi had a bitter look on his face, and the honest man gave Jin Su a vicious look at the little commander of the Suchin city guards. This idiot wasted a good opportunity to sell. Simply stupid. However, Su Mi also knew Fang Fan's character. Once he identified something, it was basically difficult to change it. He could only follow the Suchin city guards into the city sullenly. As soon as he stepped into Suchin city, the little commander Jin Su hurriedly closed the Suchin city gate. Humph. I don't care what the outside world is like, as long as it doesn't affect our Suchin. It's just a pity that the 50,000 reinforcements from the Seven Devils Alliance, this time, Su Guo completely offended the Seven Devils Alliance. It's all to blame for the city lord of Zhongcheng. If it wasn't for him acting recklessly, the fifth evil lord of the Seven Demons Alliance would not die. Su Mi, you are responsible for this matter. You brought this city lord of Zhongcheng here. How about we attack from inside and outside, kill the city lord of Zhongcheng, and then sell it to the Seven Devils Alliance? Jin Su was talking to himself. Su Mi wanted to hack this idiot to death. Go to the city wall, take a good look for yourself. The creation is unexpected, and you are such an idiot. Su Mi groaned and strode towards the city wall. He is going to enjoy a hearty showdown. Over the Suchin city tower, huge bone dragons soared up. They incited huge and strong bone wings, and the nose spit out a strong breath. Swooping down, just relying on body pressure, can crush a survivor. There are 18 such bone dragons. The bone dragon knight on the back of the bone dragon is also trying his best to wave the sword in his hand, slaughtering the enemies in front of him one by one. This is a dragon. It's a bone dragon. Such a strong bone dragon. If these bone dragons attack our Suchin, can we defend it? As soon as Jin Su climbed up the city wall, he saw the scene in front of him, and his body trembled with fright. This is too fun to watch. This is the 5-star Bone Dragon Knight army under the command of Fang Fan, the Lord of Zhongcheng. Keep watching. There are more powerful beings under his command. Su Mi glanced at Jin Su. This one who has never seen the world will have his bitter fruit to eat later. To actually dare to use a knife on the head of Tai Sui, isn't this killing it? Is that silver armor general crazy? He rushed into the enemy lineup alone. That's tens of thousands of Seven Devils Alliance troops. For it. Jin Su saw Galen who was charging at the front, and saw a big sword waving, and the enemy within a radius of 3 meters would be killed. 5-star Bone Dragon Knight Army, 8-star Galen. Even the 4-star Yellow Turban Commander Corps and the Unicorn Corps that have been pushed all the way. The Gothic Laser Rifle Corps began to pull the laser rifle at a high speed. A powerful laser beam was shot out, and then smashed the army of the Seven Devils League. The Demon Legion flew over at a low altitude, specifically looking for the commander in the enemy army to snipe. Messed up. Totally messed up. The army of the Seven Devils League originally had 50,000 troops, including 10,000 zombie troops and 40,000 survivor troops. After the death of Pengang, the fifth evil master of the Seven Demons Alliance, the army of 10,000 zombies under his command mutated into a turbid state and began to slaughter the surrounding Seven Demons Alliance survivors. At this time, the survivors of the Seven Devils Alliance have suffered a certain degree of damage, but they are still insisting on revenge. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 192. But now, the last hold has become a joke. The enemy they face is a group of heavenly soldiers. Guns can't kill you, knives can't kill you, and even bombs are useless. The army of survivors of the Seven Devils is thrown into chaos. But at this time, the senior officers who commanded them to fight were killed by the demon army one by one. So, the confusion is even worse. Grass. This is a bunch of perverts, we can't beat it, let's run. Run. There are many of us, but there are few of them. We can't beat it, so why can't we run? Yes, yes, let's run separately. We can definitely get out. Go. Must not stay. Consciousness is unified in an instant. Those senior officers are the die-hard loyalists of Pengang, the fifth evil master of the Seven Demons Alliance, and want to avenge him. As for ordinary survivors, perhaps even the so-called fifth evil master has never seen the real face-to-face. What's the matter? For a character like this, labor and capital are going to die. Bullshit. Fleeing has become a wave. Tens of thousands of troops, once defeated. No need to chase, let them escape. Fang Fan put away the 6-star laser pistol, and there was a cold look in his eyes. These survivors are not zombies after all. Maybe they have been enemies with themselves, but most of them are bewitched. Surviving in the last days is already difficult. From Fang Fan's point of view, as long as it's not too much, he will definitely not choose to kill them all. Lord, this battle killed more than 4,000 zombies, and there were more than 10,000 survivors. Nearly 1 million magic crystals were seized, and more than 50,000 cards were seized. There are more than 100 promotion cards in addition. Most of the more than 50,000 cards are the most common healing cards and food cards. Like some precious Legion card promotion cards, most of them will be used up when they are obtained. After all, improving one's combat effectiveness is the most important thing. Well, let's go, let's enter Suchin. Fang Fan shook his sore shoulders. He was exhausted by the journey and tired. My lord, the gate of Suchin, never opened. Galen groaned softly. Tisk, they don't open the city gate, then we'll fly in. Fang Fan shrugged and smiled lightly. Dragon scales. Order the Bone Dragon Knight Legion to fly to the ground. All legions, board the back of the Bone Dragon in order, let's fly in. Fang Fan gave an order, and 18 bone dragons with a length of more than 10 meters descended from the sky one after another. Take off. The south gate of Suchin has once again experienced the sky and the sun. They flew in. Commander Jinsu, are we going to attack? The Suchin city guard soldier on the side swallowed a mouthful of saliva and asked nervously. Grass. Attack a chicken feather. They fly so high, how can we attack? How can you fly me up? Jinsu kicked out, and the city guard who was talking just now fell directly out several meters. Sue me, why didn't you say they were so strong earlier? Did I offend the city lord Fang Fan? Jinsu had a bitter look on his face, and it was really a husky son. The army of dozens of people, forcibly hit the momentum of tens of thousands of elites. Now that Suchin is in crisis, what he needs is reinforcements from all sides. Such an elite reinforcement was offended by him. Have he had a good life? Why did you know today? Why? I have warned you long ago, but you are too stubborn. You want to curry favor with the Seven Demons Alliance. Don't you think they are powerful? Dogs see people as inferior. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 193. Fang Fan's presence in Suchin is still very high. With the 18 Bone Dragon as the forerunner, the entire Suchin shook. Su Country, Su City, City Lord's Mansion. The king of Su Kingdom Su Zheng looked at Fang Fan in front of him with a complicated expression. Is this the strength of the number one double list? Dozens of people can defeat thousands of troops? The Bone Dragon Knight army under his command swept one side. The Demon army is with you. The Unicorn with noble bloodline is its precursor. The style is really enough. Compared with him, he, the king of Su Kingdom, seems stingy. Su Zheng took a deep breath. As the lord of Su Kingdom, he needs to show the momentum of being a monarch. People are invited to come to help. City Lord Fang Fan, thank you very much for being able to rescue our country of Su. Su Zheng is here to extend my sincerest thanks to you on behalf of thousands of people from the country of Su. The momentum is quite sufficient, and it is a set of false gifts. No problem, I mainly came here to open a card branch to rescue Su Guo. Well, that's also the purpose of this trip. Fang Fan almost said that the rescue of Su Guo was an incidental task, but after thinking about it, he seemed to be disrespecting people. Hey, now the zombie group in the southern country has already advanced towards our Sechin. If there is no accident, it will be able to sweep several cities near the southern country in about a day, and then attack Sechin. At that time, our Sechin will definitely become the key target of the southern country's zombie group, and then we will rely on the power of Fang Fan City Lord. A generation of heroes is a young boy. City Lord Fang Fan not only has a strong army, but also has a well-capitalized card shop. Tisk tisk tisk, I am also famous, so it's better to meet. The compliments of Su Zheng, the lord of the Su Kingdom, were endless, and Fang Fan subconsciously frowned. Is this guy exaggerating too much? It's almost the same if you say a sentence or two. You keep saying it, but it's a bit flattering. Fang Fan looked around and found that many people on the left and right had already cast unhappy glances at this, most of them were young people. Humph. What if the army under your command is more advanced? With the number there, do you still want to turn the world upside down? I see, it's not sincere to come to the rescue at all. There are so-called card shops, is it so magical? The spread is amazing. Anyway, I don't believe it. Haha, actually, I don't believe it either. It's just a way for businessmen to hoard. It's nothing. Hee, I heard that he also sells awakening cards, who can help people awaken. I really laughed at me. I'm afraid I'll just use 2 of them as a gimmick. I'm really not good at dismantling it. If I want 10,000 or 100,000 copies, does he have it? A young man with a big back looked at Fang Fan with contempt. Young people have their own blood, and it is normal to dislike their peers. From their point of view, I can't wait to feel that I am the most awesome. Oh? Do you really want 10,000 awakening cards, or 100,000? The awakening card I have here is 1,000 low-grade magic crystals. Fang Fan squinted his eyes, and there was a flash of light in his eyes. Is this a business opportunity? Ha ha ha, you don't really want to humiliate yourself, do you? Let me tell you, you are not worthy of pretending to be in front of me, Guoneng. Guoneng suddenly laughed. How precious is the awakening card? Usually the explosion rate is extremely low. There are dozens of cards that are already lucky, 10,000. 100,000. Is it possible? Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 194. I ask you, do you want 10,000 or 100,000? Also, do you really want to buy it? Once you promise it, whether there are so many awakening cards is my business, you can claim it from me, but if I bring enough awakening cards, but you can't take out the magic crystal, then I'm afraid, can't make sense. If I cut off a few parts on you by then, will it be alright? Fang Fan glanced at Guoneng coldly, and by the way smiled at Su Zheng, the lord of Su Kingdom. In fact, this old country lord has never been pure in his mind. He really thought that he couldn't see anything, but he was too lazy to tear his face directly. Kill him. Want to make him the enemy of everyone? Fang Fan snorted coldly, then he would kill him to the end. See who is the one who knelt down and sang conquer at the end. Ha ha ha, I am the only son of the Lord of the Mountain Country. I will lack your magic crystal. It's a joke. Ha ha ha, who doesn't know that my mountain country is the richest? Guoneng fell forward and backward with laughter, and the people around them also laughed, but they were happy to see the comedy in front of them. I asked for the last time, do you want 10,000 or 100,000? Don't try to challenge my bottom line. You should believe that I can slaughter you before the guards outside come in. Fang Fan said in a cold voice, the killing intent in his eyes condensed. Guoneng, who was still laughing wildly just now, made a subconscious gesture, and he had no doubts about the authenticity of Fang Fan's words just now. I want 10,000. Do you have so many awakening cards? I only need 10,000 cards, which will reduce the difficulty for you. Guoneng's face turned red and white for a while, he was actually scared just now. It's so embarrassing to be in front of everyone. It is good. Then 10,000 awakening cards. One awakening card costs 1,000 low-grade magic crystals. The total price is 10 million low-grade magic crystals. This is the awakening card you need. Bang bang bang. There was a sudden vibration on the ground, and 10,000 awakening cards were suddenly spread on the ground, which was still very strong. How is this possible? You lied to me. How could you have so much stock? Guoneng's eye sockets shrank, looking at the pile of cards in front of him, he swallowed a mouthful of saliva subconsciously. 10 million low-grade magic crystals, this is not a small number. Check at will. 10 minutes for you. Fang Fan shrugged, the system produced it, it must be a high-quality product, and there is no counterfeit product. Come here and help me check together. Guoneng took a deep breath and threw himself into the awakening caution mound. He felt that there must be a lot of nonsense in it. But the more he checked, the more horrified he became. He couldn't help swallowing a mouthful of saliva, he was terrified. He passed a look at the guard beside him, meaning to let him mix in fake cards. Click. A steel knife sticks out, and a big arm falls to the ground. Ah, ah, ah. The guard cried out in pain. What are you doing? Aren't we going to check the cards? Are you kidding me? Guoneng stepped back, trembling in fear. His hand wants to steal cards. This kind of behavior is handled in my card shop. King Suzheng, do you think there is a problem? I didn't kill this person, it was already for the sake of Lord Suzheng. Fang Fan glanced at Suzheng, the old fox didn't look very good at the moment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 195. Of course there is no problem. City Lord Fang Fan did the right thing. This despicable behavior must be stopped. Su Zheng showed an embarrassed smile. He wanted to kill Fang Fan, but he didn't expect this guy to climb up the pole. Have you finished the inspection? Fang Fan ignored Su Zheng, and instead focused his attention on Guoneng, who is now his gold master. Nuclear, the verification is over. Guoneng sighed, and he reluctantly found that none of the awakening cards here had a problem. And he also saw Fang Fan's iron-blooded means, and he would break his arm at every turn. Oh, then take the magic crystal, Chenjui 10 million magic crystal. Fang Fan nodded, everything else was nonsense, and the issue of Lingjing had to be clarified. Can I buy a little less? I don't have that much on me now. Guoneng's face turned red, he was really bragging. 10 million low-grade magic crystals. Even if it is converted into high-grade magic crystals, it will cost 1,000 pieces. With so many magic crystals, it would be difficult for even his father, the Lord of the Mountain, to take them out, let alone him. Who has nothing to do with 10 million magic crystals swaying the city. So what? Are you kidding me just now? I've just emphasized my rules many times. 2 hands, or 2 feet, or all of them. Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, holding a steel knife, approached step by step, his expression unusually indifferent. Everyone present subconsciously stepped back. Fang Fan's murderous aura was too heavy. Besides, who can do better than Fang Fan in a single-player battle? This person is not only the perennial number 1 in the Legion's combat power list, but also tops the personal combat power list. Dead deist friends do not die poor deists. What does Guoneng's matter have to do with them? I won't buy it, isn't it okay? You are a strong buy and a strong sell. Guoneng has a dark face, and today is considered a trap. He, you are killing yourself. Fang Fan waved the steel knife in his hand, and a part of his little finger was chopped off. You want the awakening card? I got the awakening card for you, and now I say no to buy it? Is this a strong buy and strong sell? I'm not in a hurry, you still have 10 fingers, 10 toes, and I can swing 20 knives? Fang Fan looked around, everyone looked at the nose, and at this moment, they were not willing to offend Fang Fan, the evil star. The face of Su Zhang, the lord of Su Kingdom, has long been as black as the bottom of a pot. This is Su Guo's territory. Doing this in front of his face is clearly not taking him seriously. City Lord Fang Fan, enough is enough. Su Zhang snorted, he felt the need to show his sense of existence. So what? Is Lord Su going to pay for him? Fang Fan glanced at Su Zhang, is this old guy shooting himself in the foot? Master Su. Save me. Save me. Lend me 10 million. This is a lunatic. He will really kill me. My Shankuo is your ally. I was ordered to lead the Shankuo army to help you in the Su country. Lord Su, you can't help but die. If I die, my father will definitely raise troops to attack the Su country. I died in the capital of the Su country. Guoneng was learning, he knew that he couldn't get a good deal with Fang Fan, and instantly focused on Su Zhang. If he sits and does nothing about this matter, what will the other forces who come to support Su Guo think? And Guoneng was right, once he died in Suchun, Shankuo and Sukuo would never die. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 196. Such a good awakening card only sells for 1000 magic crystals, why would I not want it? Come on, go to the treasury to take out the magic crystal. Su Guo bought these 10,000 promotion cards. I will distribute them to you later, so it's just a little military expense for you, I hope you don't refuse. Su Zhang, the lord of the country of Su, felt that his heart was on the verge of exploding. But he had to try his best to suppress it. He can only eat this dumb loss. I was thinking of killing Fang Fan, but I didn't expect this guy to be a jerk, and he didn't take other people seriously. For Guoneng, the son of the lord of the mountain country, he can also kill without arguing. But it happens that they have elite combat power, and he is really not easy to attack. If he really gets angry, he assembles the army of Su Guo to encircle and suppress it. Fang Fan only needs to recruit the Bone Dragon Knight army to leave, and he has to continue the mess. City Lord Fang Fan, I bought this batch of awakening cards for Guoneng Xiao, do you have any opinion? Su Zhang took a deep breath and output 10 million magic crystals at once. Even Su Guo's savings are a bit hurt. It is not that it is not worthwhile to spend 10 million magic crystals to buy 10,000 awakening cards. With this magic crystal, he can buy more other valuable cards. Of course, King Su is generous, I'm just a card supplier, who doesn't sell it. Fang Fan smiled and got the magic crystal, then everything is easy to say. 10 million magic crystals, according to the 20% cut of his second-tier suppliers, is a profit of 2 million. Tisk, this trip to Suchin didn't come in vain. My card store will open in Suchin soon. All kinds of cards will be available at that time, and you are welcome to join us. The healing card and the serum card are 5 low-grade magic crystals, and there are countless storages. Awakening card, 1,000 low-grade magic crystals, store countless. Well, there will also be recruiting cards for sale. The price is to be determined. All kinds of drawing series cards, everything. Welcome everyone. Fang Fan looked around, most of them were the leaders of the surrounding forces, or people with real power. Screaming here, the advertising effect is instantly 9.99 plus. Master Su, I'm opening a card branch in Suchin, do you have any opinion? If you don't agree, I'll have to find another place. Fang Fan looked at Su Zheng with a smile, this old guy has a lot of thoughts? No opinion, of course no opinion. What opinion can I have? City Lord Fang Fan, just go and open it. Su Zheng was so angry that his teeth were itching, but he really didn't dare to reject Fang Fan. As the lord of a country, he must abandon his personal emotions and consider the overall situation. Although Fang Fan has been pitted, the card shop branch is a great thing for the country and the people. The existence of the card shop branch will enable the magic crystals in Su country to be quickly transformed into combat power and survivability. Can greatly make the economy become prosperous. In comparison, the humiliation that I have suffered is nothing. If you miss this opportunity, wouldn't it be a waste of other forces? There are many old foxes and little foxes in this hall. Don't look at Fang Fan's dissatisfaction now, and then one by one will not be able to escape the true fragrance law. So, thank you Su Kuazu for your strong support. The corners of Fang Fan's mouth rose slightly, this matter was finalized. The brief episode in the City Lord's mansion will not affect Fang Fan's main purpose of opening a branch. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 197. A brand new card store opened in a remote street in Suchin. As usual, Fang Fan purchased all the shops in the entire street, mainly for future expansion. The store manager candidate, Fang Fan chose Dong Yi. This person used to be an agent in the Zhongcheng card shop. Since Chen Buletin left, he has been taking care of the Zhongcheng card shop. It has been through a lot of hard work. Dong Yi is not a very clever person, but he is sincere, and the other party is loyal. Putting him in the card branch in Suchin, Fang Fan was relatively relieved. This 4-star blood-sucking Banshee army is a guard I specially prepared for you. If someone dares to covet the card branch, it can be regarded as some guarantee. Of course, if you encounter an invincible strong enemy, you don't have to stick to the card branch, you can escape on your own. This is what Fang Fan said to Dong Yi. In his opinion, talent is more important. Shops are dead, people are alive, and it is not easy to cultivate a shopkeeper. Dong Yi will definitely live up to the City Lord's explanation. Dong Yi solemnly knelt down on the ground, his eyes flashing with determination. Ding! The mission's second branch has been completed. Get a reward, recruiting cards are added to the daily series of cards. Recruiting card, 10,000 magic crystals. 10,000 magic crystals are not cheap, but compared to their effects, they naturally don't matter. As soon as the new store opened, it attracted countless customers. Before Fang Fan took a bone dragon and descended from the sky into Suchin, he had already dressed himself up enough. At this moment, there is an unlimited supply of cards with different effects. Survivors from Suchin who had some magic crystals in their hands came one after another. Their purpose was very simple. They wanted to buy cards and improve their combat effectiveness. Seeing that the war in Suchin is about to come, compared to them, there is nothing more important than improving themselves. Give me 100 healing cards. 10 serum cards. 2 more recruiting cards. Chinjui 2550 low-grade magic crystals. Give me 100 bronze level cards, and another silver level card. Sincerely 20,000 low-grade magic crystals. Come to me. The card shop has never entered Suchin before, and there are too many business opportunities here. There are magic crystals everywhere. Buy 10,000 healing cards, 1,000 serum cards, 20 recruiting cards, and 100 serum cards for my Snowflake City. Chinjui 355,000 low-grade magic crystals. Our wooden country bought 100,000 healing cards, 20,000 serum cards, and 1,000 bronze level cards. Sincerely. On the first day of the opening of the new store, Fang Fan personally sat in charge. Sales exploded immediately. Busy all day, the last summary, the sales actually broke 100 million. Fang Fan is a second-tier supplier and can be divided into 20%. In other words, the blood earned 20 million magic crystals. Only a small part of this 100 million sales was contributed by the survivors of Suchin, and most of it came from those forces who came to support. For example, what about the Snow City Wood Country? However, this can be regarded as a temporary hollow out of the surrounding big business opportunities. I'm afraid it will be difficult to have another big list in a short time. Tisk, but I'm satisfied too. To make 20 million in blood a day, maybe I should set a small goal for myself? Make him 100 million first. Fang Fan murmured softly, and his eyes became more and more joyful. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 198. Some happy and some sad. Fang Fan made a lot of money in Suchin, so he was naturally excited. In Suchin City Lord's mansion, Su Zheng, the Lord of Su Kingdom, secretly met with Su Mi. Humph. My Suchin is in danger, but he makes a lot of magic crystals there. Occupy the land of my Su country. Make a fortune. Su Zheng's face is not very good looking, and he can't help but feel some jealousy in his heart. The zombie group in the southern country may be coming soon. Su Guo's safety is in the blink of an eye. Although there are many so-called allies who came to support, how many of these people are sincere? All are needed for profit. If Su Guo hadn't come up with so many city enticements, who would help? If this is a tailwind battle, they don't mind harvesting a wave of zombie magic crystals and cards on the city wall of Suchin. But if there's something wrong, I'm afraid I can run faster than anyone else. Su Mi lowered his head below, not daring to say a word of nonsense. This country lord is already in a state of madness. It seems unwise to provoke him at this time. Su Mi, you brought Fang Fan here. How does he evaluate this person? After scolding a lot, Su Zheng let out a little relief, and his eyes turned to Su Mi, hoping to get more information. The lord of the country, the city lord Fang Fan, is not a righteous person, but he is not the kind of wicked person. He has his own bottom line in doing things, but he is not so ignorant. All interests come first. Also this time, in order to invite Fang Fan city lord, I promised him an azura fruit. Su Mi didn't know what Su Zheng was thinking, but it was really impossible for Su Mi to speak ill of Fang Fan behind his back. No matter what, Fang Fan is half his benefactor. If it weren't for Fang Fan, his Yongchen might still be under occupation by now. Is it right or wrong? Damn it! It also tricked me with 10 million magic crystals. Take an azura fruit and give it to him yourself. The reinforcements in the city now, I can't afford to offend any of them. If Su Guo can survive this catastrophe, this account can be calculated slowly. Mysterious card shop, if Su Guo is the biggest owner, what is Raijin Dujin? There was a knock on the door, and it was Su Mi. Since Fang Fan entered the city, he hadn't seen Su Mi again. On this night, The door of the card shop had just closed, and Fang Fan's army was temporarily stationed on the street where the card shop was located. Anyway, this street has all been bought by him. City Lord Fang Fan, I gave you the Azura fruit, which is also my promise to you before. A blood-colored fruit was delivered to Fang Fan. It also has some beautiful patterns carved on it. In the middle, is a devil's smiling face. These are naturally occurring, and we haven't done any post-processing. Seemingly feeling Fang Fan's surprise, Su Mi hurriedly explained. Fang Fan nodded secretly, without any hesitation, directly swallowed the Shura fruit into his stomach. It is said that it can activate the bloodline power in the body, I might as well give it a try. Fang Fan checked it out just now, and the Azura fruit did not use any hands or feet. Ding, swallow an Azura fruit and activate the low-level bloodline of Azura. Azura's low-level bloodline, with a trace of Azura's bloodline, it is almost negligible. Remarks, the most powerful Azura bloodline owner has the ability to slaughter the god. But the low-level bloodline seems to be useless. Host, Fang Fan. Bloodline, Ashura low-level bloodline, 1%. Bloodline feature 1, Battle Spirit, bloodline bonus 20% of combat power. Bloodline feature 2, Devour, by swallowing other bloodlines to become powerful and evolve. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Divine System of the Strongest Card Supplier in the End Times, Doomsday Strongest Card Supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 199. To be honest, Fang Fan didn't care about bloodline at all before, because he felt that this kind of thing seemed very ordinary. He has also sold a lot of blood, but the bonus to his combat power is also very limited. But this Azura bloodline seems a bit arrogant. It is the low-level Azura bloodline that can actually add 20% of the combat power. Fang Fan was instantly excited. And according to the second characteristic of the Azura bloodline, is it actually relying on phagocytosis to evolve the bloodline? Fang Fan took out a Barbarian bloodline card. Use the Barbarian bloodline card. Ding. The Barbarian bloodline is obtained, and the Barbarian bloodline is being assimilated. Low-level Azura bloodline density increased to 2%. It used to be 1% bloodline intensity, but now it has become 2%. It seems that increasing the bloodline concentration to 100% should be able to promote the Azura bloodline level. Fang Fan is in a good mood. Obtaining the Azura bloodline, even if it is only a low-level bloodline, means that his combat power has increased a lot. What you activated, are all Azura blood. Fang Fan raised his head and glanced at Su Mi, he needed more information. Azura bloodline? What kind of bloodline is this? We have only had one activated the Azura bloodline so far, that is the Azura bloodline. What Ashura bloodline? Oh, by the way, this person who activates the low-level Azura bloodline, if he activates the bloodline, the combat power is much stronger than usual. Su Mi said with great interest. Fang Fan nodded secretly. It seems that the so-called Azura fruit is more difficult to activate the Azura bloodline. Compared with the ordinary Azura bloodline and the Azura bloodline, the gap is still not small. After all, the Azura bloodline can be promoted by swallowing other bloodlines. City Lord Fang Fan has activated the Shura bloodline? Congratulations! City Lord Fang Fan is really different from ordinary people. With the bonus of Shura bloodline, the combat power will definitely be improved. The zombies are attacking the city. The zombie group of the southern country has attacked Suchun. Before Su Mi could finish speaking, terrified roars came from outside the door, interrupting the communication with Fang Fan and Su Mi. How come so quickly? Fang Fan narrowed his eyes, feeling a little surprised. He thought it would take a few days to feel the zombie army in the southern country. The king's order, Everyone climbs the city wall to fight against the zombies. City Lord Fang Fan, the country lord invites you to discuss important matters together. There was an anxious cry from outside the door. City Lord Fang Fan. Su Mi also groaned in her heart, looking at Fang Fan with pleading eyes, looking pitiful. Let's go and have a look. Let the various legions gather and be ready to join the battle at any time. Fang Fan shrugged, he wanted to join the war, not to rescue Su Guo. He didn't have a good impression of that Su Qiuqiu. Purely, I want to grab a wave of zombie resources. In Zhongcheng, there is no chance for zombies to attack the city. Fang Fan felt a sense of helplessness and indignation. Now if you want to kill zombies, you can only run thousands of miles away. When they came to the city lord's mansion, the heads of the various forces were almost there. King Su, it is not impossible for us to send troops to guard the city wall, but the monk city of Zhuyang City, which is close to our country, must belong to our country. Lord Su, please hand over the seal. He, Su Qiuazu, our Suihua city doesn't have much appetite, as long as Ping Cheng is enough. Our Zhuyagang wants Lichen and Chuk Hung. Divine system of the strongest card supplier in the end times, Doomsday strongest card supplier. Author, Shu Yu. Chapter 200. A group of zombies from the southern country is approaching the city, and a feast of partitioning begins in Suchen's mansion. The protagonist of the feast is naturally the vast territory of Su State. Within the territory of Su Kingdom, there are 7 or 8 cities above medium size, and there are dozens of small cities. He lured these wolves to come to help Su. How could he do it without feeding some meat? The best and tenderest meat on Su Guo's body is naturally those cities. Su Zheng, the lord of Su country, sat on the high position of the lord with a chilled face. These greedy guys. Can't wait until the zombies are defeated and talk about these things. Shameless. Shameless especially. It's just that if you don't agree to them and don't hand over the seals of the city lords of each city, I'm afraid these people will not easily send troops to guard the city. After all, the foundation of Su State is still in Suchen. Su Zheng, the lord of the country of Su, took a deep breath, and he could only cut the flesh to stabilize these jackals for the time being. I can agree to your request. Please be sure to send troops to guard the city wall. The seals of the city lords will be distributed to you later. Su Zheng clenched his fists tightly. This wave of Su Guo was very hurt, and more than half of the territory was divided up. City Lord Fang Fan, I don't know you, what do you want? Su Zheng said weakly. All the good cities have been divided up, and there is only one Suchen left. If I really want it, can Lord Su Zheng give it to me? Fang Fan glanced at Su Zheng contemptuously. This guy seems to be scheming, but in fact sometimes he is really ambitious and ignorant. He, City Lord Fang Fan is joking. What's so good about my Suchen? It's adjacent to the southern country, and the zombies in the southern country will come to harass from time to time. I can't be bothered to. Su Zheng shook his head with a helpless look on his face. I didn't come here to let you cut the city, I'm a businessman, I'm here to do business. Well, my legion kills a zombie, no matter what level, you can just give me the employment fee of 100 magic crystals. In addition, for every 10,000 zombies killed, give me an Azura God fruit. How? Fang Fan glanced at Su Zheng, and to be honest, he didn't really care about the cities in Su country. What's the point of a city that you can't control? When the time comes to occupy the city, it will take a lot of effort to guard it. You don't want the city? Seriously? Su Zheng suddenly sat up with his chest upright, almost without tears. This is the best thing he heard today. I said just now, I want your Su Cheng, but Su Qiuazu is not willing to give it up. Since that's the case, I can only settle for the next best thing. Does Su Qiuazu think the price is too high? Fang Fan smiled, The main purpose of this trip to Suchin was to open a branch. Killing zombies at the head of Suchin is just to make a quick buck. By the way, a wave of extortion from Suguo. 100 magic crystals for a zombie. How could it be possible to get such a high price on weekdays? According to normal circumstances, slaughtering a zombie can almost explode 5 low-grade magic crystals. As for the Azura fruit, Fang Fan mainly wanted to improve his Azura bloodline. Not high or not. City Lord Fang Fan is the most merciful businessman I have ever seen. Su Zheng quickly agreed. As for the magic crystal, it's a chicken feather. Keeping Suchin is the most important thing. Su Zheng's heart gradually fell, and a smile appeared on the corner of Fang Fan's mouth. The deal is done. Stay at the head of Suchin City, swipe a wave of zombies, and intercept a batch of magic crystals and cards. By the way, and get extra rewards. This is much more affordable than killing zombies in the wild. As for Su City, if he wanted it, wouldn't he capture it?